Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV. We are here for the rest view. We are, as fans, going to be looking at a referee's point of view of this and debating some of the biggest decisions during this weekend's games. I've got Charlie with me. First of all, how's yourself? And you can thank the Man United fans for delaying your party for a little while.
They'll do anything to stop us winning the title. That's all I'll say.
First of all, by the way, I'm just gonna mention something. Obviously, that most of us have been trying to do the social media blackout. Unfortunately, I didn't know he was doing it today as well, so I do apologize. But I tried to do it over the weekend as much as I can, at least on Twitter. Obviously, I saw a post from Anita from the terrace about some of the abuse she's just given this week, being received this weekend. And well, I'll just say she's got every right to be part of the sport, right? And I hope this guy, they find who he is, right, and punish him accordingly, because he has no place in society and he's a complete low life scumbag and deserves everything he gets when they find him and do catch him. So, yeah, so. I've watched Anita on the football terrace and do love her opinions on Chelsea, do love her opinions on football. Right, she's got every right to voice her opinion as much as anyone. So that's the end of that. So that's my take on it. But yeah, we're here for the rest of you anyway. So let's get down to business. All right, obviously weekend games on Saturday. I don't think there's any major decisions out of your game. I didn't see any from what I saw during the game. It was pretty much quiet for your game, to be honest. How did you make of the Manchester City game?
First half, I didn't think we played well, to be honest. We had chances that we didn't take. Second half, we just stepped up and scored a couple past them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I didn't think you played that all well. And to be fair, I thought you should have been about 1 or 2-0 down by the halftime whistle. So yeah, so for me, I was very, very surprised that you came away from the first half of that with a 0-0 draw. And then yeah, obviously second half, Pep got talking to him and they stepped up in the second half, and in the end you got a 2-0 win. Rested most of your key players as well for PSG game. Obviously, PSG are missing now. I think they're definitely now missing Mbappe, and I think Guai's missing from the last game now after he's sending off. So yeah, it's all falling in your favour for that game on Tuesday, and we will be doing a watch along to that. So make sure to check in for that. After this stream, we are doing the West Midlands Derby, West Brom versus Wolves. Need everyone to please smash the like button, share this one out, get people watching, get as many people watching as we can. Right, we're trying to build up the watch hours, so please do that right now, and also hit the subscribe button if you are new. We are trying to get up to 1.5k, so do that now. So yeah, Southampton. I'm gonna start with Southampton versus Leicester, because there were a couple of decisions in there. Obviously, there was the penalty from Vestergaard. There was the foul on Vardy from Vestergaard, which resulted in a red card for Vestergaard himself. Their explanation is the last man. Hasenhüttl came out strongly and said it was not a goal scoring opportunity, and that he would have got to the ball. What did you make of it, Charlie?
I thought he won the ball, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I did see him win the ball, but obviously he took out his ankle. I think it's more the severity of the challenge, to be honest. I think if they went down for the severity of the challenge because he literally landed on his ankle, then maybe. But what do you feel that was a red card, or do you feel that should have just been a booking?
If they were going to give a foul, it's definitely a red card, because it's clear opportunity to score, but I thought he won the ball, so I wouldn't have given a foul if I was the ref.
Yeah, I would have. If it's a clear, if he's given a foul, if he's given a foul, it's a clear goal or scoring opportunity, then it's definitely I feel in the level of the law if that he's caught the ball, he's caught too much of the player, and because of that and it being last man, it was definitely a red card. If he was actually in the box, actually, to be fair, it would have been a yellow card penalty, because if you're the last man and you found the box, it's a booking only. So there you go. So Cardiff City fan, big up. How are you? Make sure to go and hit the subscribe button for Cardiff City fan. Trying to get up to 100 subscribers before someone else, and he's got really good opinions. Despite he's a very young age, but really got good opinions on football already. So give him a subscribe. Obviously, then Southampton were awarded a penalty, which meant they took the lead, and Leicester probably were lucky then to come out with a draw, because despite the red card, they were struggling to get past them. They were struggling to score goals, struggling to get past them, despite the opportunities they're creating. But Southampton get a penalty down the other end through what I thought was a clear handball. That is clear as day. If you're leaving your arm out like that, right, when trying to block a challenge, then it's as clear as day as a penalty. What do you make of that?
I think it was a penalty, to be honest, for the handball.
Yeah, I would have definitely said a penalty, because it's not like your hands by your sides. It was completely. It was in an unnatural position. So, if you leave it in an unnatural position, it's sticking out, then it's definitely going to be a pen. No doubt about it. So, moving on to Brighton during Saturday's game, and Brighton got a penalty from Leeds through Danny Welbeck, with a challenge from I think it was Alioski. And if you decide to grab hold and hug his leg, right, you give the referee no choice, and it's exactly what I think Alioski did. Is literally just wrap his arms around his legs. So for me, that's definitely a handball, definitely a penalty. So, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it was a definite penalty.
So I don't see that's clear as day, and that gave Brighton the lead. Then there's not much else after that. Then there's Newcastle. Newcastle's red card from Schar, which was a foul on Martinelli. Do you think that was just a booking, or do you think that was a red card? I thought it was only just a booking, to be honest. I thought it was a little harsh looking back at it. I thought I've seen them given as a booking. I don't think it was a red, to be honest. But I mean, some Arsenal fans will probably say it's definitely a red card compared to some of the decisions we've been given. But for me, I would have said that was just a yellow. But red card being a red card, and yes, I mean, I think one of the big talking points was Lo Celso's challenge, which was nothing doing, and I can't believe that was given as nothing doing. I don't even believe that they didn't even look at VAR. How did VAR not pick that up? I mean, I don't know Tottenham the best of times, but if you have a challenge like that, I mean, I saw the challenge again. It was horrible. Yeah, he's got an ankle stamped in his head, right? He's got the stud stamped in his head. Sorry, and for me, that's a red. With some of the decisions we've seen this season, that is a red card. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I agree. I think it should have been a red.
But again, this shows probably like how shit the decisions are by referees, how shit the decisions are by not just but not just by VAR, the referee making the decisions. For me, they should at least gone to the monitor. You should be at least looking at that, because that, I mean, you saw when he was subbed off, like he came back out with literally ice pack strapped to his head. Well, that tells you clear as day what has happened. I mean, that was just an awful challenge. I mean, I don't. Some people might say, yeah, well, it wasn't exactly intentional. Well, intentional or not, that's a red, right? Right. I don't think Danny no challenge is no challenge like that is intentional. They don't mean to hurt a player like that. But unfortunately, that is a red card either way you look at it. So I'm shocked with that VAR didn't give that one, despite like the fact that I don't want Tottenham winning anything. That's you should be giving those clear as day, absolutely clear as day. Let's have a look at the comments. Carlos, hello for retro. Yeah, I'll leave it to the people in the chat as well. What do you agree? Do you agree with any decisions? Obviously, there was the Glazier out protest, so we didn't get the sort of derby that would have probably caused a lot of decisions, which is Liverpool, Manchester United. Hello, Stephen. Charlie, I agree, Stephen. It was a red. It was a red for Tottenham. It was a red. Solo 7, good afternoon to you. If you want to come on, mate, and sort of voice your opinion, because I think you are for the Man United agenda, aren't you? So, yeah, there's the link. You can come on. Because I want to hear I'd love to hear your opinion about the protest. Did you think? Because that's the thing we're going to talk about on the Heart of the Press show on Wednesday. Was it justified, or was it taken too far? Basically, that's sort of the debate. I think the actual protest itself is justified. Right, the Glazers, they need to go. Right. For me, it was. I don't think it was justified to act for certain fans to act the way they did, for police officers to get injured. From what I've heard, obviously, people will say loads of different reports will come out with something different. Some are not always true, but sorry, just reading a tweet. So it's responding to mine on Twitter. So for me, the protest was maybe just a little out of hand, but it's how strongly the fans feel. They really, really do. It's like with the Arsenal protest last week, and we got the protest on the 6th of May. Hopefully, I've got someone going there who's going to be live, and he'll be streaming. He'll come onto our stream with us, because I'll be doing reaction to the protest on my channel. So make sure you tune in for that. Which is that we need, these owners need to go if we want to save football from these owners, because eventually they will take our clubs into a Super League if we don't get rid of them. They will do it. It's not out of the waters yet, so we need to make all these top 6 clubs, especially the American ones owned by the ridiculous. I don't want to call them American owners because some American owners are brilliant, and some of these owners, like the FSG, Glaziers, and the Cronkies example, like they will get rid of it. They will push into it. There's no doubt about it. Reverend John, nice to see you. How are you? Make sure you do share, like, and subscribe. Do smash a like on the video. Do hit the subscribe button if you're new. Please get people watching. Get as many people watching as you can. We're trying to build up the watch hours so we can get this now monetization going. So please do that. Now, good evening, lads. Some decisions that are made are just outrageous. If we could hear the conversations of refs of how, or have press conferences, or at least some accountability, that would be good. Absolutely. Talk. I did send you the link to come on. Bref and John and that you're welcome to come on as well. Links in the chat. So I don't know about Xhaka's elbow. I don't know about that because Retro, I think, mentioned it at some point about Xhaka was elbowed in the face, was elbowing someone, elbowed someone in the face, and I did not see that. I didn't pick that up. Neither did Match of the Day 2, so I just watched it back. So I haven't been able to pick that one up. I was going to look at some of the championship games. One main decision I could point out was the Brentford penalty. So yeah, just quickly. So the Brentford penalty, I did see that one. Looks very soft, that penalty to me. That penalty from Brentford against Watford looked very, very, very soft. For me, that wasn't a penalty to me. That was them going down too easily. It looked like someone was about to make a challenge and then he fell on the floor. So yeah, yeah, so man, be with you shortly. Otherwise, nothing will change at all, and be complaining. Perhaps protests could work because the refs aren't answerable at all to any of their decisions. If a coach complains, they get a fine. Shocking stuff. It is a very fair point, mate. It is a very, very good point. Big up talk, man. Can I send my love, respect, and support to Anita on the football station? Yes, you most certainly can do. I just mentioned it at the start. That guy, I hope they fucking find him and do him and fucking report him and report him to the fucking cops and do whatever with him. Absolute low life. Anita deserves to be treated with respect, and she has a great opinion on football and a great say on football. So may she continue giving her opinion and being involved with the terrorists and everything. So absolutely. Big up yourself, Chelsea fan. You eating something?
Yeah.
I can hear. Yes. I don't know if you saw the Brentford penalty, Charlie. Because I did, and it didn't look like a penalty to me.
No, I didn't.
No, it didn't.
No,
what do you think? What do you think? What do you think needs changing to make it? What do you think needs changing to make it more? In terms of the punishment system with the referees, what do you think needs changing?
You've said it before. If they do crap, send them down the Vikings. If they do well, send them up the Vikings. It's as simple as that, really.
Yeah. Do you think there should be Bref and John mentioned about some sort of press conferences where they're answerable to their decisions?
We should be able to hear the conversations between the VAR and the referees as well, in my opinion.
What about the in terms of like afterwards, if they have to sit down and press, like when a manager sits down at a press conference afterwards,
Yeah,
do you think that's something that referees should be doing?
they
The
could
FA
do.
should be doing.
Yeah, yeah, they could do.
Maybe you should. Do you know what they say that need to do is? But I think they also need to sort of engage with the fans about this, like certain rules, right?
Mm.
So when they make changes to the offside rule, and when they make changes to like the handball rule and stuff like that, they engage with the fans to say, how do you think we should tackle this rule, right? And how we both like, so like with the VAR, we could say, look, you have a second margin of difference, or you can say like uh basically have sort of a fan forum, so that way they listen to fans, so they get a fan's
Yeah,
idea of what we want from football to make this game a better game. What do you
mm.
think?
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
Yeah, because that's what I think they need to do to improve it. Because otherwise you're left in limbo. Because they always seem at the minute to be guessing what the fans want, and I'm sorry, that's not going to work, right?
Mm.
Assumptions. Something my dad used to say is called assumption. Assumptions the mother of all fuck ups. Assuming what the fans want is not going to help, because most nine times out of 10, they're so out of touch with what the fans want that they're never going to get it right anyway. So I think it's better if they did sort of a fan forum and get fans from all the other fan bases in the league to then sort of have a debate about what is the best way to tackle the offside rule, the best way to tackle the handball rule, the best way to set up like VAR and how to measure for decisions and stuff like that.
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah, yes, yeah, man. Unless they don't do that, we ain't gonna see any improvement in the sport anytime soon. And to be fair, all I see is getting worse. All it will do is get worse.
Mm.
It's,
Yeah.
that's not. That's all it will do. And we'll just keep having to do ref views where we're just moaning and moaning and moaning about the refs, right? Let alone about the referees actually refereeing the game. But the FA not doing anything about it. 'Cause to me now, it gets more to a point where I don't even blame the refs anymore, because we know they're crap. We now start looking at the FA because they don't do anything about it to make it better. Right?
Mm.
They don't listen to fans to see what they think about the game. I bet if you ask most fans, they'll say the game's coming too soft. For example, it used to be a lot more physical. Now we can barely touch anyone. It's just so much It's just like with Arsenal and their owners, and Liverpool with their owners, and these big six and their owners. They are so out of touch with fans that no one. They don't seem to know what is best for the fans and for the sport, and
Mm.
that's why they seem to, every decision they're making doesn't seem to improve the sport in any such way or turn. Which way? That's why most like fans that I know that are older. I mean, my mom's fiance is a Crystal Palace fan. He doesn't enjoy the game as much as he used to back 20 or 30 odd years ago.
Yeah.
Like 20 or 30 years ago, it used to be a good old fair, like rough contact sport. Now he doesn't like the fact you can barely touch anyone and you fall over and you get a free kick. Right?
Mm.
And that's another thing as well about diving. No one seems to touch. They all give it this stance about we're going to be serious about diving, and if you're gonna if you're going to try and fool the ref with diving or simulation, we're going to book you or anything like that. For me, they
Yeah.
don't do it.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw someone commit simulation and someone actually get booked for it?
A while ago.
That's the thing. And you see it all the time. And you see them give away free kicks the other side because they see it all the time. Right? But they don't do anything about it. So then when it comes to the real decisions where it is a penalty, you don't get the decision unless you fall on the floor. So it's absolutely baffling because when the rule states, right, and you say you've got to follow the rules, and you state that you get a booking for simulation, and it doesn't happen. Well, the players will just go, yeah, we'll do this again, and we'll do this again. I think
they'll
actually
just
now it's
carry
just
on.
that. Do you know what? I think now it should get to a point. If you're going to cheat like that, you get sent off. Because I'm a firm believer. If you cheat, right, if you're going to cheat, don't play at all. If you're not going to play fairly, don't play at all. And it's not playing fairly; it's cheating. So if you're not going to play fairly, right, get sent off. Right? Watch them try and dive. Then they won't do it. Then
Yeah.
wouldn't dare. Because then, no, if they get caught out, they're screwed. Right? Let alone their manager having a go at them. Right? The penalty awarded to Brentford was shocking. It just amazes me that Lee Mason would give such a decision. Also, like Foden against West Brom, if you don't dive, you won't be given a pen. It's two sided. That's the thing. Yeah, it's. I've seen a number of fouls committed by defenders where the guy has actually tried to stay up to take a shot, and it's a penalty. Right, you can see him clearly pulling his shirt and pulling him down. Yet he's managed to brush him off and get a shot away. Yet he should have been brought down for a penalty because you can't do it. Was Lee Mason relegated to the championship or what? Because he was one of the referee. If that is the case, then maybe they are starting to implement that. But then again, they don't tell us if they're doing that or not.
Yeah.
Right? They don't tell us if that's the thing. If they're making any changes, they don't really tell you until 2 weeks later, until you've worked it out, or something else, or a decision's been made that's completely different to what the decision was last week. And this is the thing as well, because they've screwed up the decisions. There seems to be every bloody week changing what the offside rule is. That's why no one really knows what the handball rule is, right? Because 1 minute is 1 week doing that's a foul and it's a handball. Next minute doing that is perfectly fine because it's perfectly natural to leap up doing that. So it's just you can never. This is why you can never tell, and it just gets absolutely baffling how fans. How they seem to think fans are okay with what they're doing with the sport. We all know they're corrupt. Don't get me wrong, right?
Yeah.
And UEFA are corrupt, and so are FIFA, and that's why when the whole Super League thing broke out, like people weren't looking at them and like, "Oh yeah, you're perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with you." Yeah, there's something wrong with you. That's why they didn't want to break away in the first place, like, because like you're about as corrupt as anyone. But it's obviously with what the Super League were doing, that was just wrong on all levels. It's completely against everything we stand in sport or football at least. But I don't know. If you were head of FA, what would you change for next season?
Change the offside rule again. Give a certain amount of what's it called. Say if they're a certain amount offside, it doesn't matter. Like where you don't
Like
gain
a certain amount of advantage, like a second line.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
If the ball bounces off the ground or off another player and hits your hand, it shouldn't be handball. Or in a natural position as well. It shouldn't be handball. And then that's probably about it, to be fair. And
Okay.
cut out diving from the game.
So what would you do to try and cut out diving from the game?
Actually book him. Don't say you're gonna book him and then don't. Just actually book him. Because that's not what they're doing.
Not send them off?
Probably not send him off, but Probably a yellow, but probably not a red.
Do you know what I'd do? If I was going to be really fair, I'd say no, because for me, and by the way, guys, do hit the like button, do hit the subscribe button, do hit the share button, please. Share it on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Please also, if you are new, do hit the subscribe button on the way to 1.5k. The Discord, this link for the Discord server is down below. Hit that button right now. There's also a link to the Just Giving page to donate what you can, so please do that. Plus, also, if you do that as well, please also could you, if you want to come on and have your say, the link's in the chat. You can come on and say what you want to see changed.
Yeah.
I would change the offside rule. Also, like in cricket, to give each team to an appeal for a controversial decision. Yes, it shows the game, slows the game, but it's not worth it with incompetent refs and microphones to refs. Bring Talkman you in. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad.
Cool. I'll go through some of the decisions again. So the Vestergaard red card, was that a red card in your opinion?
I didn't see it, mate.
Okay. What ones did you see?
None.
Okay. How about the Newcastle one?
No.
For fuck's sake. You're as much use as tits on a tomcat, you are. Anyway. That's a brilliant start to that. Well, we'll talk about, like, obviously simulation and how the referees and the FA doesn't do anything. And now I'm looking at the FA, I'm not really looking at referees no more. And what would you do if you're head of FA? What would you do in terms of changes to sort of better the game? Plus, would you be up for having sort of press conferences and with the referees to make them answerable for the questions? Then also forums for the fan forums for the FA to hear the voice, to hear the fans' voice of what they want to see changed.
Firstly, what I'd like to see changed is not that. No, the second point you made about the refs.
Yeah. Do you think they should need to do press conferences there for answering controversial decisions?
No. Listen. Right. Okay. Let me just start again. The first thing is the game for me is refereeing is always going to be, always has been, difficult job. You can't take away the part of this is what the game is. These contentious issues and everything else. We've brought in VAR. At this point, for me, that's about as far as we can take it right at this moment. I think if you start and then putting the refs in a position where they have to explain everything they're doing, that could lower the integrity of their future decision making, because you say something, it then brings back a reply. Those replies could make you feel a bit intimidated or a bit biased or whatever. So I don't think they should do that. I think they just listen. The thing with the simulation.
Okay, I just gotta get another drink. Sorry.
If it's proven like real simulation, especially in the box, then we can sort of really surmise that you have attempted to cheat. You've attempted to cheat by getting a free shot at goal to get a goal, right?
Yeah.
So from that point of view, yeah, there should be some kind of like a big punishment to try and stop that. I'm going to say simulation. I mean, when it's quite clear by VAR that there has been no contact whatsoever and they've still gone for a burn, then either send the player off or if the FA would so wish to do so, if they go on and win the game, they don't get 3 points, they get 2. So you deducted a point. If it is quite clear that it is total simulation, there's been no contact. The contention comes when we're talking about has there been some contact and what's how
But hang
far.
on, talk. You say about giving them only 2 points. Is that how does it fair on the opposition when they don't get no points?
Well, no, because if they've gone on and won the game anyway, but then they've had somebody who's tried to cheat in process of that.
I get that, but what would you say
No,
with someone who's on the opposite end of the table fighting for survival, right? Who need 3 points, and that stopped them at least getting a point. It doesn't really matter if they get 2 points. The opposition, right? The other side don't get a point either.
Yeah, no, but you've not denied the position by simulation. If it's total, like you tried to cheat to get a goal opportunity.
I get that, but if it's a point that keeps them in the Premier League,
yeah, well, yeah, well, I know what you're saying, but you know, at the end of the day, it's either that or you give a penalty to the opposing team. Then
good idea.
Rather than them getting start again. Rather than them getting a penalty, it goes the other way.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, look, you've just tried to cheat for a penalty. No, they get a penalty now. I'll tell you what. What do you think every manager would say before the game? Do not, under any circumstances, go like if they bring you down purposely, then you've got no choice but to go down because you can't stay on your feet. Then yeah, fine. But if you don't be diving, just don't do it because you're going to give us a go. You're going to cost us a goal. They've got to start looking at that. Surely, in a way of it's affecting the game. It's the integrity of the game is at stake. If it's cheating is allowed. So, yeah. But I think on the other, like I said, on the other stuff, no, I don't think we should have the refs mic'd up or any of that nonsense. I just don't. I think we've lost enough of our game as it is to VAR and all the rest of it. We just got to keep some of what the game is all about. That's part of the thrill of the game, is it not? When you see, is it a free kick or is it a penalty? Is it or not a penalty? And we're all waiting on centre hooks for the VAR. Sometimes it goes for you, sometimes it goes against you. But at the end of the day, it balances itself out during the season. We've seen that many times before. So I think that the simulation, obvious cheating part of the game and the dangerous play is where we should be focusing. And the interpretation of actual penalties itself. Again, we had this conversation. We said, and I said it about months ago, about that there should be ex-players. There should be ex-players. In attendance in these VAR sessions.
Like F1 stewards used to be an ex-racing driver.
Yeah.
So one of the stewards is an F1 racing driver, making decisions.
Yeah.
I hear that, definitely. I think there should be, like, in the VAR, there should be an ex-Premier League player. In VAR, definitely. So, because obviously, like, on the pitch, you're not going to get that. But in the VAR, if there's a controversial decision, at least, like, you can look at a player's point of view. So, yeah, I hear that to an extent. If Chelsea beat City, I think top 4 will be secured. Yeah, if City beat Chelsea, they win fucking the league. Expensive you, mate. But yeah, I'm sure you want to beat Chelsea. Want to beat oh, he's put me again. Okay. Yeah, so it's like we said before. It's just that some things just aren't going to change, are they?
No.
I mean, obviously, having controversial moments is like one thing that happen in sport. Right? There's always going to be controversial moments in any sport, right? And I think even if you made it robotic, people will still be like half a decision of another. So there's always going to be there's always going to be those decisions where it's like where no matter how clear as day is it, there's going to be 0.5% are going to say yes, 0.5% are going to say no. I'm just going to look at some of the polls that I've done today on the issue. So Yannick Vestergaard should have Yannick Vestergaard been sent off during Southampton's game against Leicester on Saturday. 91.8% out of 85 votes. Big up everyone who's voted for that. 91.8% say no, and 8.2% say yes. So masses, I think, disagree with what we said.
I said no red card.
I think I said it yes.
See, you don't know what you're talking about then, obviously.
Yeah, I'm talking bollocks. Should Newcastle's Schar been sent off of his... yeah, apparently Stephen's always talking shit, according to some people. Newcastle Schar should have been sent off for his challenge on Martinelli during Newcastle versus Arsenal. I said it was harsh. I said it must have been probably a yellow. And 70% have said no. I think that's probably because of rivals, to be honest. Was penalty on Saturday against Leeds, was that the correct decision? 89.2% say yes out of 37 votes. So big up everyone who's voted.
I'm surprised that actually Leeds got beat. You know, I'm really surprised by that.
Yeah. And also...
I've often said, to be fair, that I love Brighton. I like the way Brighton play, and I think Graham Potter, I reckon if he was to go to another club, a bigger club, well, no disrespect to Brighton at all when I say that, but if he goes to a top 6 club, I reckon he'd do great things there. I would love to see him at Arsenal. I really would,
mate.
I don't see why. Why is that? Would you tell me now? Let me ask you the question. Do you think he's if you can afford to pay Arteta or whatever you're paying him right now? I bet Graham Potter would jump at the chance and take less.
Yeah, no.
To have that opportunity.
Everyone retweet this one because this is something we're talking about on Wednesday. Do you agree with how Man United fans behaved during Sunday's Glazier Out protest or not?
No, we don't.
55% say yes, they do agree. 44% say no. And hang on, just before I finish. And we are live tonight at 6 p.m. for West Brom versus Wolves. Who do you think will win? And 45% have gone Wolves. 54% have said West Brom out of 11 votes so far. Go and check them out on my profile. Go and give your response to them.
Can I just say something on the protest yesterday?
Yeah. Go
on. I agree with you guys wanting Glazers out. Of course, I do. I don't agree with what they're doing with probably definitely the biggest club in the country and probably one of the biggest in the world. But I don't agree with
say that.
Anyway,
he knows what he's talking about. Go on, carry on. Carry on.
But I don't agree with.
That reminds me.
But I don't agree with innocent police getting battered, needing stitches.
No.
I also don't agree with vandalized Sky equipment. Which
no.
Yeah.
No, listen. I said at the start when they went onto the pitch, I said, you know what? This is the fans telling the Glazers, this is ours. This is ours. This is our club, not yours. You've got money in it, but it's still our club. You might own the piece of paper that says this is your club, but no, it ain't. This is our club. The same as the fans for Manchester City. It's your club. Same for Arsenal and every other club. We have our forefathers and our relatives from years and years and years ago have used their money to make that club what it is. So it's our club, the fans. Matt Busby said it himself. This game is nothing without the fans. So we had the right, in my opinion, to make that statement, but I totally agree. Afterwards, They should have did what they did, but stayed there on the pitch to make a point, and then left without any trouble and anything else. And yeah, don't be damaging property that doesn't belong to you. Don't be attacking police officers who are doing a great job protecting us, and have continued to do so in one of the worst, the worst public health disaster that we've ever seen, any of us.
Yeah.
Which we'll, hopefully we'll never see again. So I hope whoever those people are do get their just desserts and get punished accordingly. I hope they get banned from the club permanently. The ones who have caused the damage and incited any violence towards any police officers. That could have been done so much more. It could have been done better if the fans would have planned it better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'd have no problem with them going into the ground itself to make a point, to remind the Glazers that no, don't forget this is our club. This is ours. You need to think about what we want for this club, not what you want for your pocket and for your other investments that you've got. Don't be using this club for that. So, but again, some I know it's only a small minority didn't do that. They seemed to get a little bit too ahead of themselves and a bit giddy, and then let their emotions run wild or whatever, or they were just there just to cause trouble, because you do get people like that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, you know what?
I was just trying to think. I was just trying to find a clip of Charlie going, "That old chestnut."
That old nutshell.
That old nutshell.
Yeah. No, you said chestnut.
No,
I said
nutshell.
nutshell.
Because it's that old. The saying goes, "That old chestnut," but he said that old nutshell.
Yeah, he did that old nutshell. Yeah. I needed to say it again, like.
Anyway. Move on.
No, go on, say it. Go on, there.
What?
That old
nutshell.
Full face, full face, like everything. Go on, there.
Crying out loud, lad.
If we catch you eating on stream again, Charlie, getting fined.
Yeah. Big time, big fine coming if you do
Fine. I don't have
Yeah.
any money for crying out loud.
We'll talk to your parents then.
Oh, that old nutshell.
Yeah. Come on. No, you gotta have me on camera for this, man. Go on. No one laugh. Go on. Wait. There you go.
Why? Oh, that old nutshell. Is that good enough for you?
49 minutes 15. Yeah, I'll do.
Right, I'm going hiding now.
It's all right. You're clip now.
That old hazelnut.
It's all right. That old hazelnut, chestnut, God knows what, whatever nuts.
Oh, that old nutshell.
Oh, down nutshell. Oh, you're trying to sound like a Londoner.
Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London sound.
Oh, don't. Anyway, big up everyone that's been watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, please. Right, we are back at 6 o'clock in the evening. We have got Wolves versus West Brom at the Hawthorns. It is the West Midlands derby. Make sure you.
West Midlands derby.
I said West Midlands derby, you twit.
The Black Country derby. There you go.
Someone needs to wash their ears out of their of the earwax they've got in there.
I think West Brom can get relegated today.
Yeah, actually, if they don't win.
Actually, wait a minute. You didn't ask. I didn't have my opinion on the game, mate. What are you playing at?
What game?
You can play the game, son. The game. The West Brom Wolves game.
What, the West Brom Wolves game? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I'll tell you if you let me speak.
I thought you were going to talk about the Man United game, but you decided you lot decided to gate crash it.
You lot will do anything to stop us winning the title. Anything. Anything.
I don't care. I'll give it you now, mate. You've got the title. I don't care. You know what I mean? You've won it fair and square.
Like I said, you tried to play a game on Sunday. You gate crashed it.
Hold on. We had the opportunity to actually stay neck and neck with Man City. We bottled it. We all know that.
Hang on. Did you see the
Bottle
trophy? Did you see
jar.
the? Hang on. Did you see the trophy you just lifted up there?
What was it?
It's the
Oh,
right
this-
size. Do you see that
That's the
trophy?
10
Look,
metres, isn't it? That's a 10-metre
no.
swimming
Do you know
trophy.
what? No. Do you know what it is? It's the right trophy for Man City. It just fits his age.
Get in the
That's it.
drawer and never be seen again.
That's it. Out the window. Let's get out of here.
But anyway, okay, so I think West Brom are going to take this game.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I
wow.
do. I'm going to go 1-0 West Brom.
Well, yeah. West Brom's got
3-1
nothing to play
Wolves,
for, haven't they?
3-1
I'd say 2. I'm going to go 2-1 West Brom. Sad that Big Sam took West Brom job too late. Will taint his record of not being relegated. Yeah. Great. Thank you very much. Always a pleasure. Please do smash a like on the video. Do hit the subscribe button if you're new. Do share the content around. We're so close on watch hours. Come on. Right. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tonight at 6 p.m. And then tomorrow we got the European journey. I forgot to do the review for the Grand Prix. So we were doing a review at 4 p.m. or in the afternoon at some point.
Caddy
We then-
man.
Charlie,
Then
can you find somebody else who does F1 stuff, mate? Because this guy don't know what he's doing. He's rubbish. Don't even know what
Excuse me?
You don't even know what the
Excuse me?
cars. You don't even know what the cars do. Like the bonnet.
I'm not
the
compared
bonnet
to. Excuse me. I'm not compared to some people that
No.
try.
Lad,
Don't try me, mate.
I watched my first Grand Prix yesterday. I'll take over.
Oh,
Come on,
did
Charlie,
you?
let-
You
take
did
it
watch
away.
it?
Yeah, it was a boring race, to be honest.
Yeah, you should have watched the one before. It was more interesting.
Yeah,
One was a bit. Yeah, the one this one was a little bit more boring, but this one you should have watched you should have watched last weekend's and the weekend before. You are going to get Grand Prix where they are a little bit like that, but the one keep going with it, and then next season there should be more overtaking next season by far.
yeah. I watched it with all my mates on the car.
Yeah, so go to the Spanish Grand Prix, maybe not. Monaco Grand Prix is always a pain in the ass because it's so hard to overtake. But yeah, we've got the review for that Portuguese Grand Prix at 4 p.m. Then we've got Liver Awareness Show. We're talking about dementia. So if you know of any stories that you want to share about dementia or anyone living with dementia, please do get in contact if you do want to share them. Do join us and do join the link. And we've also got then the first semi-final of the UEFA Champions League.
Come on,
which
City.
which is Man City playing PSG. Will City get to their first ever Champions League final?
Yes.
Right, and will they do
More than
something that was boring, but only amazing thing was Checo tire management and Hamilton overtake on. Yeah, I'd say Checo tire management, mate, but Hamilton dominated, had the pace, mate. You know, he fell back to third, but still won the race. But come on, right? How did he not get driver of the day? I mean, honestly, what's he got to do? Walk on water? Honestly, the guy could start 14th. The only last time I can remember him winning driver of the day was him starting 14th. Right. I remember one time the Hungarian Grand Prix, it was an outright fight between him and Max, right? He even pitted and did another pit stop, which then made him get past Max, right? And even the Bahrain Grand Prix, he headed off Max in the first race of the season. And in both Grand Prix, Max Verstappen got the driver of the day. How does that work? Right? How does it work? He got scored by Hamilton, mate. No, honestly. I just don't get it. But there you go. I just feel some people got an agenda. But there you go. Anyway, we'll see you guys later at 6 p.m. So make sure to tune in then. But until then, take care. Stay safe. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
See ya.